pass off, and here's a save by Mike Smith. Deneau in the corner. Being watched by Duncan Keith. Look at that battle in front of the net between Yamamoto and Iafallo.
Well, let's start it right off the face-off. Deneau versus Draisaitl. There's so many storylines in this series, matchups that will be important. But right out of the gates, you get the feeling that both of these teams said, okay, enough. They saw each other 3 times down the stretch, and they've started off really physical. Here's a little bump on Iafallo. Both guys go down, Draisaitl and Yamamoto. He comes back into the zone, and they continue to battle behind the net. Yamamoto grabs Iafallo, and they just continue to go at it all the way into the front of the net. And then finally they blow it down. Yamamoto's the only one that's going to get it.
Grundstrom shoots. Smith another save. Rebound and another fabulous stop. Smith finds the puck and he covers up. And we've got a battle again right near the Oilers' net.
You think these guys are fired up to play this first game? Everything around Mike Smith, they're slamming on their brakes. They're not leaving that blue paint. The Los Angeles Kings, obviously, early on, you could tell that's part of the game plan. Try and get into the kitchen of Mike Smith, the 40-year-old goaltender.
Look at those quick moves. And now it's Grundstrom. Big hit in the corner by Cassian on Spence. A shot by joining. A backhander stopped easily by Smith. Grundstrom taken down hard by Bouchard. Fishing for the puck goes by Kane. Yamamoto trying to poke it back towards him. So the Oilers with some offensive zone time here. Here's McDavid moving into the slot. A pass to Kulak. Shutting the door is Jonathan Quick.
Yeah, that's the kind of shift that Edmonton wants to have. The first time they've exercised their will in the offensive zone. This is still going in front of the net as Anderson and Kulak, a couple defensemen going at it. Excellent activation by Brett Kulak to keep this play alive. And the LA Kings were down to 4 players with a stick, and they did a nice job to still continue to keep that to the outside. For the most part, you saw Dustin Brown go to the bench, get a new twig, and come right back into the mix. The shot pass to Yamamoto started this sequence off earlier.
The Kings have been back in the playoffs since 2018. Here's Nurse with a hit on right in front of the Oilers bench.
And Athanasiou was going to play that puck but let it go by him. And he looked to see if there was going to be a penalty on the play. And none in this one too as Athanasiou comes right back and hits Darnell Nurse.
Here's being a shot off the noggin of Mike Smith, who covers up right after that. More extracurricular activities though, as the players from both teams coming together in a scrum.
That shot was a high one that takes off the stick of Grundstrom. And
Quinton Byfield, oh boy, huge hit in the Oilers zone. McLeod back the other way. Zach Cassian shoots, and a save from Jonathan Quick, who hangs on. A thunderous check here in the third period. Quinton Byfield had the puck, and here comes the Cassian train.
To Matheson. Off the end boards in the side of the net. In the crease, it's covered. And Miller gets involved with Gensel, and then Kreider takes over.
Yeah, that Gensel with a couple of punches to Kreider. And Kreider, I think, was just sitting there. He's saying something to the referee right now. That was a linesman. But he took a couple of punches, I think, thinking that they might go back on the power play. Gensel is a heck of a hockey player. He tied Crosby for points, had his second 40-goal season, and he'll score a lot from around the net, and he's a gutsy player. And you'll see right side of your, or left side of your screen, there's the hit on Miller. Here comes Kreider. Now there's one, there's two, there's another one. Kreider restrains himself. All Rangers, most of this period. Boy, there's another huge hit.
Reeves, he's had at least 3 here in the first period. Goodrow digging. Penguins try to move it. Marino sends it up the boards.
Rangers with another finish. Close on a player. Malkin thought he had a little bit of time. He had none.
Raquel sending it toward the net, steered into the corner. And Raquel got knocked down and a penalty called on Lindgren. I think the signal was charging. We'll see what the call. Raquel is down.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
And Crosby's going after Strome. And Raquel now has gotten to his knees. As they check it out with 1:19 to go. First period. Gensel is hurting as well. Five-minute major, and it's being reviewed. Number 17 is Frederic Lecuyer. Chris Lee is the other ref.
You see Lindgren right after Raquel dumped the puck in. Lindgren, as he's done so many times, comes across to finish his check. And they called it a major for, I believe, making contact to the head. And they can change their call after reviewing it. So they change it to a 2-minute penalty for roughing. And so that's great news.
For the Rangers,
That's great news for the Rangers. And so then while that was going on and Raquel was down on the ice, Fox gives Gensel a little push. It looked like Gensel caught a rut or something went down, and then he limped off as well. And he reaches for his left knee.
Well, it's been a physical start. There's no doubt the Rangers have initiated the physical play. Gensel back on the ice. Second power play for Marino. Shot deflected. Pass across. Carter tried to play it. Rangers take by Vetrano. Back the other way. Collision behind the on the ice. Every other shift. Loose puck. Saved by Shesterkin. He's got the puck. With Crosby batting at it. He's pushed back by Keandre Miller. Penguins putting the pressure on.
And then Gensel with a couple of whacks to the back of the legs.
Put out in front. Shesterkin the same on the goal line.
How'd he stop that?
Oh, man.
I mean, this crowd is quiet because they didn't see it.
They didn't realize
that was a bang, bang play. I don't know how he kept it out of the net. Everything just went.
2:33 gone by here in the third period.
Now Reeves with the hit, and then as Reeves is going back, he and Boyle, and there's a little bit of a chop on the hand. And Reeves didn't have his glove on. Took exception to that.
And save Shesterkin. First shot on goal in this third period for Pittsburgh, and after the whistle, we've got something going on.
What happened was Matheson, after taking the shot, instead of going around the net, he'll cut in right to the post. And it was almost that Fox couldn't do anything. They came together, they both went down, and then Malkin comes into the fray after that and hits Fox from behind. So you'll see Matheson, who's had a very good season for Pittsburgh. Now he'll cut into the post, and then they both get off balance. Fox kind of throws him down, and then from behind, here comes Malkin with the bump. And so Fox is trying to keep Matheson away from his goaltender.
Exactly right.
And then Malkin, who's always had...
Malkin inside, outside, inside again, and Miller stayed with him. Good defensive